We're mere minutes from a state Class A championship game on the boys' side. From Northeast South Dakota, Aberdeen Roncalli. They share their community education with two other high schools. Aberdeen Central, of course, making the state AA tournament, and also Aberdeen Christian High School. Dell Rapids shares its community too, as the Warriors also have Dell Rapids St. Mary, a Catholic school in that town with a really good football tradition throughout the years. And speaking of football, John, there's been a lot of things close to football being played here at the state tournament. Another very physical, very rough game just completed as Little Wound falls to winner in the third place contest.
Well, that's kind of the way things are going. The kids are getting bigger and stronger and faster, and the game is just much more physical now than when even 5-10 years ago.
Right.
It's much more physical these days, and just got to play the game.
So this might be a tough question since everybody has been, basically shoving everyone else around all weekend. But a physical game, who would that favor here?
I don't know if it leans one way or the other with these two squads, to be honest with you, because both of them are very physical ball players, and both go to their bench, use their bench quite a bit. So foul trouble is not going to be that big of a deal. The one area where it's going to hurt Dell Rapids more is if Hammer gets into early foul trouble, and then they'll have no answer for Hamrick on the inside for Aberdeen. Tell you what, let's take another quick timeout. We'll come back. We will set things up for you and get you ready for more basketball. The State A Championship coming up next right here on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Sports Championship is underwritten by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Mid-Continent Communications, and by Dakota Bank.
Well, let's look at the Dell Rapids Warriors, the number 3 seed in the tournament, coming in 22-2. They beat Mount Vernon Plankinton 65-46 in the opening day on Thursday. Came back with a big win over Winter last night, 52-47. Head coach is Jason Fearsdahl. Leading scorer coming in has been Ty Hoagland. Hoagland hasn't disappointed. 19-11 in the first game, 20-9 for points and rebounds in the matchup yesterday. Here's the way they will start for the Dell Rapids Warriors. Ty Hoagland at one guard, followed by Riley Schmidt. Ben Hammer in the middle. The man in the middle, Big Ben Hammer, 6'8" senior. Zane Shoemaker, flashy point guard, got a lot of moves and can deliver the ball in a lot of different ways. Can Mr. Shoemaker. Adam Karst, the other guard in that 4-guard lineup for Coach Fearsdahl. On to the Aberdeen Roncalli Cavaliers. Open up the tournament with a win over Lennox, 48-37, and beat Little Wound last night, 56-40. Despite shooting in both games, 27% from the field.
And ended up getting it done.
And ended up winning. The only team to shoot below 30% and win in the first 2 days. Head coach Todd Neuendorf. Braden McNary, the player to watch for Aberdeen Roncalli. Number 23, kind of a Mr. Do-All for this team. Started slow in the tournament. At one point was 1 for 23 from the field. Here's the way that the Cavaliers will start tonight. They will roll with Landon Hayline at the 1 forward, followed by Sam Rainan, Zach Hamrick in the middle, 6'8" senior, McNary and Daniel Holmstrom at the other guard. It is State A Championship time. Who will be crowned the 2015 state champion in Class A basketball? We'll find out. Here's Kevin Phillips, your announcer.
Rapids Warriors. And the designated home team, Aberdeen Roncalli Cavaliers. We'll start by meeting the cheerleaders. Cheering tonight for Dell Rapids, Skylar Bacher, Maggie Beaver, Veronica Fritz, Brooke Kaiser, Hannah Nyman, cheer coach Megan Ryhill. Now let's meet the cheerleaders for the Cavaliers. Katie Torrance. Malia Eschenbrom. Hannah Anderson. Sadie Hedges. Sophie Shriver. Catherine Falk. Chair coach Kristen Morris. Now let's meet the starting lineup for both teams. Starting for Dell Rapids at a guard, a 5'10" senior, number 3, Zane Shoemaker. For Aberdeen Roncalli at a forward, a 6'4" senior, number 3, Sam Reinen. For the Warriors at guard, a 5'11" senior, number 20, Adam Karst. For the Cavaliers at guard, a 6'3" senior, number 5, Daniel Holmstrom. For the Warriors at guard, a 5'11" senior, number 22, Riley Schmidt. For the Cavaliers at forward, a 6'3" senior, number 23, Braden McNary. For Dell Rapids at a guard, a 6'2" junior, number 24, Ty Hoagland. For Aberdeen Roncalli at forward, a 6'3" senior, number 34, Landon Haley. For the Warriors at center, 6'8" senior, number 44, Ben Hammer. For the Cavaliers, a 6'8" senior center, number 50, Zach Hamrick. Head coach for the Warriors, Jason Firstall, assisted by Mick Hoagland and Tyler Machino. Head coach for the Cavaliers, Todd Neuendorf, assisted by Kendall Hayline, Ross Barton, and Brayden Summers. Your officials, Chris Long, Jason Cotto, Aaron Entringer. Good luck to both teams.
Class A state championship game, Double A and B nearing their end, so we're going to be the final game in high school basketball in South Dakota for the 2014-2015 year. Let's get it going. The Warriors and the Cavaliers. I don't know how you couldn't enjoy it, so I won't even say that I hope you do. And let's get the play-by-play story on this state title game in Class A from Rapid City. Here is John Sieber.
Well, thank you, Mr. Ellenbolt. I was all poised to fall off the chair, my friend. And everybody, Sam Reinen getting set to, well, it'll be Hammer going up against Sam Reinen. He of the neon green shoes. There's the tip. Hammer with the control. Here comes Shoemaker to set it up. We are underway.
You, like me, and almost hate to see this tournament end.
Yeah, this has been a fun tournament. Schmidt with the screen. Hoagland up top, the junior. Fires out here for Karst. He'll drive, fire back for Hammer. Nothing there. Defense on him. Ball loose. Reinen didn't see it in time. He had his head turned. Here's Hoagland down the lane. Left it short on the rim. So Sam Reinen will get the first task of trying to stop the outstanding junior, Ty Hoagland. Hayline nearly has his pocket picked by Schmidt. We've been impressed with the play of Riley Schmidt, haven't we, Gary?
We really have. He's been all over the place. He can shoot the three, can go inside, do a lot of things defensively, too.
And there's McNary. Started the tournament 1 for 23. Hit 4 of his last 12 yesterday in that win. Starts off tonight 1 for 1. Cavaliers up early. Hoagland comes out, takes the ball from Karst. Hoagland will back it up, come over to Schmidt, inside to Hammer. Big Ben turns, looks to go in the corner. Shoemaker has it. Shoemaker will shoot from anywhere on the floor. I'm telling you, 10 feet behind the three-point line, the kid's a threat. And watch him when he gets in the open court with the ball in his hand. 2 on the shot clock. Hammer turns it loose. Hammer can't hit it. McNary with the rebound.
Kind of had to force it. He put it up in more of a line drive, but it went right into the hands of McNary for the Cavaliers.
Here's McNary. Slides, hangs, floats. Doesn't hit anything. Here comes Shoemaker. Open court, picked up by Holmstrom. Schmitz to Karst, 3, in and out, no good.
Just about there for Karsten. He's another young man who's impressed me through the weekend too, John.
Well, there's been a lot of players here at this A tournament this year, Gary, that have impressed us. We've had some darn good talent here. Tied at 36 at the B with under a minute to play. Inside, Hamrick, reverse layup is good.
Nice move by Hamrick as he gets inside. Stops the defense momentarily with the reverse layup. And we make it a 4-0 game for Roncalli. Number 1 seed against number 3 here in the state A final.
Karst wanted the shot. Hayline comes out on it. Hayline's been in foul trouble early in the first couple of games. Shoemaker to Hammer. Back on top to Karst. Missed it. In the corner, Hoagland has it. Now Hamrick's matched up on him. See if he reads the mismatch. He does. But he can't get away from him. Now Schmidt, 3. Give it to him.
That's the guy we talked about a couple of minutes ago. A big outside threat. Maybe not the flashy kind of player that some of the other Warriors are, but he's one of those guys who always seems to know where the ball is and always seems to get things done when he needs to.
He's a steady Eddie for this team, is what he is.
That works.
That'll work. That'll work. Here's McNary being guarded by Hoagland. McNary to Hamrick. Pull up 10-footer, good.
Hamrick sets up left baseline, gets the feed from McNary. He was right there to shoot, put it up, put it in. It's a 6-3 lead for Roncalli.
Well, you talked to Coach Neuendorf last night after the game. He was talking about the pressure these kids were under. Here's Hoagland, pull up 3, no good. And that he thought we would see the real Aberdeen Roncalli team tonight, simply because of the pressure to get to this championship game.
And that's almost more intense than playing in the final.
And Hamrick, nice drop step off the glass. It's good. It's an 8-3 ball game. Dell Rapids. Oh, what a move by Shoemaker. Can't get free. Schmidt, can he hit? No, he can't. Here back come the Cavaliers with the basketball. Holmstrom up top. McNary, his 3, short. Comes off the rim. Hamrick and Hammer. Oh, there's one for you.
There's a law firm for you.
Hamrick with the rebound. Karst comes right back to Shoemaker. Little pump fake. Defense doesn't get. He'll take that if Holmstrom backed up. Here's Hoagland on the drive. Left-hand shot. Nope, we have a foul call. This might be on McNary on the, well, on the reach as he went by. Who's it on?
Being a 2-shot foul.
It's going to be on Reinan.
Reinan will pick up the foul, yes.
And that's what McNary was asking, was make sure who it was on. He thought it might have been on him when he tried to reach in on the pass, whereas Hoagland went by. Jason Fairsdahl, the head coach, 3rd year at Dell Rapids, graduate of SDSU. Well, either they're in the longest timeout we've ever seen, or it's we haven't updated yet. 36-36 at the B. Hanson and Langford under a minute to play.
I could try to keep an eye on that. You can pretend to work for a while.
Thank you. Hoagland knocks them both down, cuts the lead in half. We have hit our first timeout of the ball game. The State A Championship live from Rushmore Plaza Civic Center on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
It is 8-5 Aberdeen Roncalli in the first period of the state Class A final. We're in overtime in Aberdeen, the B championship game. Hanson's Beavers leading Langford area 39-38, 2:15 to go in the first OT.
High-low, they go with Reinan down to Hamrick. Hamrick turns, spins it up, can't hit it, rebound. Hayline had it for a moment. Schmidt takes it away from Hayline.
Riley Schmidt with another nice play on the defense as well.
And now the pass inside. Well, I think it was McNary that got a hand on it. In will come Gus Reedy, the freshman. 9 big points off the bench last night for Reedy, number 4.
You really have to have a lot of respect for the future of Roncalli basketball when you have folks like Reedy and some others who are coming back to the lineup next year.
And they've got a very talented point guard who didn't play this year, a sophomore. Given the name of Summers because of a football injury. There's Hoagland driving through, lays it in, timeout. Taken by Dell Rapids. The Warriors have cut it to 1 after the little floater by Hoagland. This kid's for real, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I mean, they have got so many people for real. You don't see a lot of them with the ink or the headlines. You look at obviously Hogan and Hammer and some of the others, but you know it takes 5 out on the floor to make your team. And when you look at players like the Warriors. Oh, excuse me. It's been a long weekend. Riley Schmidt is who I'm trying to think of. Schmidt just adds kind of adds the sizzle to what Dell Rapids tries to do. They've got good players up and down. Riley Schmidt kind of the quiet, authoritative force on the team.
Ty Hoagland's dad, Mick, is the assistant coach for Dell Rapids out of Sioux Falls College. He's a member of the South Dakota Amateur Baseball Hall of Fame and the South Dakota Amateur Basketball Hall of Fame.
That's pretty good. Where do you put all those trophies after?
That's pretty good genetics, isn't it?
Yeah.
Holmstrom inside, had to get away from Reinen. Ball loose and out of bounds was Schmidt.
I don't know how in the world he got that out of bounds, but I mean, you can't have too much court awareness when you're on your back fighting for a basketball and concentrating on that. The ball did go out as Schmidt hit the floor. Roncalli's got it back.
Lacrosse screen sets the Hamrick layup and left it short off the rim. In for the first time for Dell Rapids, Tyner Heim, 6'3" sophomore, number 10. Coming up with that rebound. Shoemaker, long three, can't hit it. And now the rebound is back. Heim coming in, taking the rebound.
Heim with some good minutes off the bench in this tournament for Dell Rapids. Some good scoring, and he showed his prowess again by getting the rebound.
Here's Hoagland, pull up three, count it. Over Reinen. Coach Neuendorf looking right now like who's guarding him. Reinen will step out, find Reedy. Reedy trying to go inside. He skipped off somebody's foot. I think it was Hoagland.
And Roncalli will indeed keep it. Karst is coming back in now for Dell Rapids.
Even though he's on the bench, it might have been Ben Hammer's foot. Did you see the size of that?
Oh, my.
Somewhere there's cows screaming for him to start wearing sandals. That's going to be a size 20 here.
Oh.
Hammer's a good kid. We had a nice talk with him the other night after the game. Missed three. And now Sam White, 6'3" junior in the ball game for Dell Rapids. Karst will drive in the lane, shut down there. He needs to pass somebody to somewhere. Where's it going? Hoagland has it, backs out, wants to take the three. McNary's on him now. On the switch, 16 seconds on the shot clock. See what Shoemaker does with it. Shoemaker working with the left hand, calls for the screen, slides around, nothing there. Inside baseline. Heim wants to go up and have it, and he has it swatted by Holmstrom.
Boy, what a block by Holmstrom. That barely left the shooter's hand before Holmstrom got a hand up there and knocked it away.
That possession looked all out of sorts for Dell Rapids from the get-go. Three is going to be no good. Everson in the ball game now for Aberdeen Roncalli. Jaden Everson taking the three. Here's Hoagland trying to answer back. Can't do it. Ball loose. Karst has it. Shoemaker from 30. Bottom!
Oh, my goodness. What a gutsy shot by Shoemaker. Zane took it well past the line. 30-footer is good.
He was out on the edge of the R on the trademark when he put that one up. McNary fouled on the way to the basket.
And he will, or should, get a couple of shots. Foul is going to go on, obviously, Dell Rapids. Shoemaker will take that. 43-42 lead, the B final. Hanson up by 1. A minute 10 to go in, well, dare I say, the first overtime.
A three from that distance is as good as a dunk as far as exciting the crowd, isn't it?
They should get 4 or maybe 5 or something like that, but then everybody would try it.
McNary back. He drains it on the left side.
Rolled it around the rim. That rolled around a few times, and gravity prevailed. It's now 13-11 Warriors.
Amazing start to this game. We're just winding down the first quarter. Dell Rapids going to hold for 1. Coach Fairsdahl yelling out the instructions over on the side here.
Hoagland won't try it from there, will he?
No. See if he drives to the basket. 7 seconds. Put it in motion. Look for Schmidt. He'll fire from the wing. No good. Long rebound tip taken by Shoemaker at the buzzer. Off the rim. No good.
You wouldn't want that any closer than it came as he just got it off the side of the rim. Dell Rapids throwing back from a deficit. The Warriors lead it 13-11. We are back in 1 minute on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Second period about to get started. Class A championship game from Rapid City. The championship in AA goes to Sioux Falls Lincoln. The Patriots over Washington 47-45. Top three spots at AA going to homestanding Sioux Falls schools as O'Gorman took third. There is less than a minute in the overtime at Aberdeen. Hanson leading Langford 43-42.
Here it is 13-11. Dell Rapids on top of Roncalli. Both of the leading scorers for both teams have shown up here tonight. That's going to be a foul call on a push. On a push.
Dell Rapids coaching staff wanted somebody to call a traveling violation, but the foul is going to be on the push.
It'll be on Karst. Adam Karst will pick that up. He'll chase McNary around the screen, switch off the Hayline now. As Riley Schmidt picks him up. Schmidt nearly stole that. McNary in the lane, powers it up and in, good.
Nice one-hander as he stopped just inside the free throw line. That one from about 14 feet, the one-hander good. We're tied.
Shoemaker will back it out. Cavaliers in the zone now, running that 3-2 zone. Hamrick on the low box along with Hayline. Hamrick out quickly on the Schmidt in the corner. Shoemaker, he'll put it up from there if they're not careful. And that ball kicked by Schaefbauer, who just checked in. Spencer Schaefbauer, 6'1" senior in the ball game.
The ball will stay in Roncalli's possession, or rather the Warriors' possession.
Down to about 26 seconds left at the B final. Hanson still leading. Over the top, Shoemaker with the inbound. He'll put it up from there too. Whenever he does a little pump fake, if the defense doesn't react, he's liable to shoot. And as he's shown, he's got the range right there. He'll crank it up from 35, just a little bit short. Rebound, Hoagland, laid up and in.
Hoagland coming out of nowhere like that guy in Mr. Deeds, and he puts the shot up and in off the rebound. It's 15-13 Dell Rapids.
Was that a pass? That's all I want to know. Was that a pass?
No.
Couldn't have been. Otherwise, it'd be one of the greatest plays in South Dakota basketball. Hoagland read it perfectly, though. It's right there. Schaefbauer with 16 on the shot clock. Rattles out. Rebound. Schmidt.
Riley Schmidt right there for the rebound. As Schaefbauer had to sky for the shot and just missed it.
Shoemaker on the drive. I think he was looking to pass more than shoot the ball. Defense covered it up. Now McNary on the floater. Hangs left it short. Hamrick back up. Wraparound shot. No. Hayline fouled.
That'll be Schmidt who will pick it up as Schmidt was trying to block the ball away and got part of the body. So the foul on 22 for Dell Rapids, Riley Schmidt.
Looks like another packed house at the B in Aberdeen. They're at the Barnett Center.
Aren't they always?
Great
state tournament.
Great crowd there, great crowd here.
And really a basketball hotbed because Aberdeen often leads the nation in NCAA Division II attendance for the Wolves basketball teams, men and women.
Now that I did not know. Thanks for the info, Mr. Ellenbolt.
Yeah, what the heck.
Sometimes the information you have in that gray head of yours is useful.
Yeah. You know, every 4 or 5 days, I'm legally required to make sense. Beavers at the line. Hanson High School leading by 1, 15.3 seconds left.
Free throw.
Lead by 1.
In and out by Hayline. Dell Rapids will stay on top by 1. Shoemaker brings it down. McNary top of the zone, spotting him out. They've got some long-armed kids out at the top of that zone in the Holmstrom McNary and Reina. Karst will spin, can't get free. Come back to Shoemaker. 12 on the shot clock. Shoemaker looking for Hoagland. Been rather quiet this quarter. Ty Hoagland after a big first quarter. Timeouts.
Ball skips out of bounds, and Dell Rapids is going to have it underneath. They've got 7 to shoot.
Timeout. I said timeout. It wasn't a timeout. It was out of bounds. Hoagland over the top to Shoemaker. Shoemaker right back down the lane. Looks to go back in the corner to Hoagland. His three, too strong. Rebound. Shoemaker went after it. McNary boxed him out, but he's got it.
McNary, one of the more physical players of a very physical tournament. Not afraid to get the shoulders and arms and everything involved.
Shot swatted by Hammer as Hayline tried to go up with it. McNary playing basketball next year with the Northern States Wolves.
You got to believe he's going to be a fan favorite at the Barnett Center the next few years.
Hometown boy, you bet. Reina to bring it in, throw it way deep on the floor. Near knocked away by Hoagland, nearly stolen. Here's Holmstrom. Down leaves it on a bounce for Hamrick, and it's stuck on the backboard.
Well, that's happened a couple of times here.
Possession arrow, that's a held ball. Possession arrow will belong to, wow, Shoemaker showing some hops to get up and take it out.
I want to measure that guy's vertical right now.
When the coaches tell you, son, you're taking it to the rim, you're too soft. You got to go, well, that's one of the reasons why. Don't.
That's what happens. The ball gets stuck, and then you have to wait for a couple of minutes.
The rim blocked the shot. 15-14. Dell Rapids still in clinging on that 1-point lead. Inside, they go to Hoagland. Hoagland tried to shovel it into Hammer, and it's out of bounds. Nice read by Ty Hoagland, but too many defenders around there. Those long arms of Aberdeen defenders knocked it out. It'll be Dell Rapids ball. We come back to Rushmore Plaza Civic Center for the State A tournament right after this on public broadcasting.
Four minutes 52 in the first half. Dell Rapids leading Roncalli, however precariously. 15-14 is that score. We're just about to go to a final in the State B tournament. And there it is, and the Hanson Beavers are your Class B champions. Hanson by 3 over Langford in overtime. Late free throws sealing the deal at the Barnett Center in Aberdeen.
Boy, heartbreak again for the Langford Lions squad. Every time they get to that championship game, they come up just a little bit short. And that is the final. Congratulations to the Hanson Beavers winning the State B. Inside, Hammer. Big Ben goes up, has it knocked away by Hamrick. Hamrick saves it in, but right to Hoagland. Hoagland in the corner to Schmidt. Drop it around. Simmonsma in the game. Simmonsma 3 is good.
How lucky can you be as Simmonsma had a shot that bounced straight off the air after it went into the cylinder and came right back down, and the Warriors up 4.
Inside, Hamrick blocked by Big Ben. Hamrick blocked by Hammer. 18-14. Dell Rapids looking to add to the lead. Simmonsma, the sophomore in the ball game, slides over to the far side. Here's the alley-oop to Hoagland. Pass behind him, and Aberdeen Roncalli will have it. Holmstrom. Front court. Gets it in McNary's hands. McNary. Big first quarter, big second quarter. Knocks down another 3. It's down to 1.
McNary absolutely calm as he takes the ball up to the peak of the circle and puts one up. 21-footer is up. It's in. 18-17 Warriors.
Schmidt thought about the 3, wants to try baseline. He does, turns, throws it to nobody. Got in trouble, left his feet, didn't know what he was going to do with the basketball. Wrong thing to do if you're going to jump in the air. Better know where you're going to go with that.
White is coming back in now for Dell Rapids. He'll replace Ben Hammer in the Warriors lineup. Roncalli's basketball. Dell Rapids lead by 1 with 3.5 left. Man, we've had some great finals tonight, haven't we? 2-point win for Sioux Falls Lincoln. 3-point win in overtime for Hanson. And we just have to see what's going on here.
Hamrick slides in on the basket cut, lays it in. Nice feed. Hamrick knew right what to do with it. Shoemaker. That zone's going to keep him under control for the most part here in the first half. Del Rapids have kind of been extending things out on their offense. Nothing really going toward the basket yet, have they?
Roncalli more or less daring them to pop the three, and there they do. Simmons puts it up and in.
He'll shoot him out of the zone if he keeps cranking those up. We saw him in day one, Gary, come off the bench with 17. Here's Holmstrom trying to answer. Left it short, went after it, got his own rebound back, floats it up, can't hit it. And there is White with the rebound.
A couple of opportunities for Roncalli, could have used them, but now Dell Rapids has the basketball.
Shoemaker from long range. Can't hit it.
Boy, that was a nice rebound, too, by Hayline. He went straight up into the air. The ball skied into the atmosphere. Able to get it down for the board.
Trying to go inside Hamrick with the left hand. The big fella lays it in. The 6'8" senior.
Able to do that a little bit better. Of course, Hammer's out of the game right now.
We might get Hammer back in here real soon. There's a steal. Simmonsma has his pocket picked by Holmstrom. Now he picks up the dribble. He's in trouble. Where's he going to go? It's through the hands. And stepping out of bounds with Shoemaker. Reinen went through his hands. Shoemaker coming in behind him, picked it up, but stepped out of bounds.
What's that they say about the best laid plan? Shoemaker coming up with the basketball, taking it up floor, and stepped on the sideline. And Aberdeen Roncalli is going to get the basketball back. A tie ball game, a minute 50 left in the half. A lot of awards to be given out at halftime. You'll see every bit of it right here on SDPB TV2. Only game going on in the state tournament right now here in Rapid between Roncalli and Dell Rapids.
Up top, McNary fakes the shot, drives in, can't hit the little floater. And back will come the Warriors with Shoemaker running things at the point. Carr's going to come in at the next dead ball. Hammer is already back in there. Simmons, the sophomore, and he's hit 2 big threes here. Roncalli has employed that zone to really stretch that Dell Rapids offense way out on the floor. Nothing really going toward the basket. Here's the screen. Hoagland will step through. Schmidt to Simmonsma. Misses that one. He's 2 out of 3 now. And the Cavaliers have it with a chance to take a lead. Holmstrom to the free throw line. Goes backdoor cut to Reedy. Reedy will wrap it around. Can't hit it. Hamrick does, and he's fouled.
Somebody got him on the arm as the shot went up. Hamrick's going to go to the line to try the three-point play and give the Cavaliers their own three-point lead here.
That foul is going to be on Big Ben Hammer. Well, I thought it was going to be on Hammer. They got 50 on the board. There's no 50 on the floor. And there, it's Hammer.
Now Hammer 44. Gets the foul.
Now they'll give it to Hammer.
Yeah, there's a 50 on the floor, but he's shooting the foul shots. I don't think you can get the foul and the shots at the same time.
Free throw, no good. That wasn't a 1-and-1. I thought it was the and one. Back to a Holmstrom 3, knocks it down.
And the beast is alive. The tiger is pumped. The Cavaliers.
It was an and one.
Now with a 5-point lead.
Cavaliers jumped out, grabbed the rebound, hit the 3, so in effect it's a 5-point play. That's why they're up 26-21. Time winding down. 3, no good. Henrik with the rebound, get it over to McNary. And McNary will come trotting across midcourt. Cavaliers going to hold for 1 here. McNary, long 3, too long. Rebound Schmidt. Shoemaker, 4 seconds. Shoemaker all the way down court. Shoemaker goes around McNary, puts it up, can't hit it at the buzzer.
Oh, it was right there. I'm a little surprised he didn't pull up for 3, but he saw the clear pass and put up the layup and just couldn't get it down. A 5-point lead for Roncalli, 26-21 the score. Awards, presentations, and more when we continue in 2 minutes from Rapid City on SDPB TV2.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Sports Championship is underwritten by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Mid-Continent Communications, and by Dakota Bank.
At this time, we'd like to direct your attention to the center of the playing court. We'll continue with our team awards. To present the awards tonight on behalf of the South Dakota High School Activities Association, our Board of Director members Todd Trask of Wall, and Steve Morford of Spearfish. Assisting with the awards and representing the association's corporate partners are Wayne Barcher from Farmers Union Insurance and Staff Sergeant Lynn Waldy from the South Dakota Army National Guard. Fourth place in this year's tournament, the Little Wound Mustangs. Eddie Jumping Eagle. Daryl Looks Twice. Dante Shangru. Jeremiah Hopkins. Teal Bravebird. Nate Brownbull. Ethan Mills. Shiloh Tallman. Ethan Running Shield. Richard Tall. Shane Rooks. Aaron Blackbull. Louis Macias. Robert Shangru. Tamara Rooks. Kyra Clifford. Brent Tallman. Dale Vasu. Coaches, Verlin Oldhorse. Oy Zephyr. Jess Hart. And head coach for the fourth place Littlewood Mustangs, Jay Jacobs. There'll be a welcome home celebration tomorrow at Littlewood High School at 12:30. Winners of the first game this evening for third place, the Winter Warriors. Latrell Trickleton. Drew Demers. Luke Engel. Nick Hossel. Trevor Bertram. Nathan Galbraith. Devin Leiferman. Sam Nas. Cameron Kyle. Isaac Nas. Colton Best. Chase Kingsbury. Wyatt Ewing. Brendan Harder. Crockett Krolikowski. Justice Gregg. Tanner Muller. Coaches, Blake Tiedemann. Trent Olson. And head coach for the third place Winter Warriors, Brett Gardner. So as we're done with photos, we'll get ready for our Spirit of Six Award and then the Spirit of Sioux Award. Ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to the center of the floor for the award that's become known as the Spirit of Six. Spirit of Six Award was created by the South Dakota Peace Officers Association as a memorial for the 6 cheerleaders from Rapid City who lost their lives in an airplane accident while returning to Rapid City from the 1968 Boys State A basketball tournament. As reported by the Rapid City Journal, the spirit epitomized by the Rapid City cheerleaders was best expressed with an inscription on a picture from one of the Rapid City cheerleaders to another member of the squad. The inscription said, "This year's been quite a challenge for everyone. You've got the qualities that a good cheerleader needs. I sure hope we go to state basketball because that's definitely one of the better sides of cheerleading. Be happy and enjoy this year with all the memories." The award is based upon cheerleaders' abilities displayed in the areas of crowd control, sportsmanship, enthusiasm, behavior on the court, and dress. Here to present the award from the South Dakota Peace Officers Association are Hughes County Deputy Jeff Hill and Stanley County Chief Deputy Greg Swanson, who's the president of the South Dakota Peace Officers Association. For the 46th year, the trophy in memory of the 6 Rapid City cheerleaders goes to Lennox High School. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we want to once again direct your attention to the center of the floor for the presentation of the Spirit of Sioux Award. The Spirit of Sioux Award was created as a memorial for Sue Ann Big Crow, best known for her accomplishments on the basketball court, but academic achievement and community involvement were equally important to her. The Spirit of Sioux Award is given to an outstanding senior high school athlete participating in this tournament, who not only shares Sue Ann's dreams and drive for academic and athletic excellence, but also strives to make life better for others through community service. The beautiful colors of the quilt are symbolic of the 4 races of people. Sue Ann had a dream that all races could complement each other and live in harmony. thus making the world as beautiful as the quilt we hear award tonight. Presenting the Spirit of Sioux Award are Tiny DeCory and Chick Big Pro from the Visions of Sioux-Ann Big Pro, Inc. Also, from the Fraternal Order of Police, Rapid City Police Department members Jim Hanson, Scott Sitz, and the local president Ryan Phillips. The Spirit of Sioux Award this year is presented to Cody Rankin of Mount Vernon, Plankinton.
So the traditional wrapping of the quilt going to Cody Rankin, who had a great weekend and has had a great high school career, not just in basketball, but in all of the things that matter to a high school education. Congratulations to Cody Rankin, Mount Vernon Plankinton. Our Spirit of Sioux Award winner, Lennox High School cheerleaders, are the Spirit of Six winner here in the Class A tournament. 26-21, Aberdeen Roncalli leading Dell Rapids at halftime of the Class A boys tournament. They'll take a few shots. We'll look at a few stats and bring you the second half after this break on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Championship event is brought to you in part by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Farmers Union Insurance, by SDN Communications, and by the Independent Insurance Agents of South Dakota.
About a half minute away from getting the second half started in the state Class A championship game. Aberdeen Roncalli leading Dell Rapids 26-21 in a state final that is what a state final ought to be. Take a look at the statistics for the first half. Warriors 7 of 28 shooting, 25%. They go 26% from behind the three-point line. Perfect night at the free throw line to this point. 21 rebounds, 5 assists, no steals, and 3 turnovers. You see Roncalli's numbers to the right, 36% field goals, 40% three-pointers, 33% or about a third of their free throws. 20 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, no turnovers. Hamrick, the leading scorer, with 12. He's got 6 rebounds for Aberdeen Roncalli. Hoagland with 9, Schmidt with 6, the scoring and rebounding leaders. 1 half to go in the state high school basketball season. Let's find out what happens in this Class A championship game from Rapid City. Once again, John Sieber.
Thank you, sir. Well, we're the only game going not just in town, but in the States right now, Mr. Ellen Bolts.
Quite a sobering thought, isn't it?
I'm sure we've got them. We have them watching from all over South Dakota.
And want to welcome those people watching the Class AA championship. Sioux Falls Lincoln defeating Washington tonight. And in Class B, your state champion Hanson, the Beavers defeating Langford area. That happened in overtime, 47-44.
And if you just missed it, the third place game tonight won by winner. But Nate Brown Bull for Little Wound, a triple-double in that game, 28 points, 14 boards, and 10 blocks. Here it's been all Roncalli, and there's a quick 3 by Holmstrom to start the quarter. Largest lead of the game for the Cavaliers right now at 8. Big point in the contest for Dell Rapids. They need a basket. They settled for threes in the first half, Gary, put up 19 threes.
And when you've got Ben Hammer, you should be able to penetrate and get inside the lane to the low blocks. Excuse me. Been a long weekend, like I said.
Here's McNary, then there's Hammer, knocking the ball away and stealing it. Coach Jason Fearsdahl at halftime had a chance to speak with him, so that's not our game. 19 threes and a half, that's more like a game for us. Inside on the drive, there's Riley Schmidt.
Riley Schmidt had a clear pass to the baseline. He went to the left, moved to the right, put the shot up, and he got it done. And it's now 6 points. The lead for Roncalli at 29-23.
That's what he wants to see his team getting back to, driving the basketball. Don't settle for the long jump shot. That bothered Aberdeen in the first 2 games. Here's Holmstrom, 3, good.
Holmstrom on fire as the second half begins. That's the second 3 of the half for him. It is back up to 9 points for the Cavaliers, the number 1 seed, leading 32-23.
Hoagland looking inside. Schmidt turns, shoots over Hemrick. Good. Well, if you can't go inside with the big guy, go inside with one of your guards. And it is a 4-guard lineup, basically, that Dell Rapids runs at you.
4 guards at Ben Hammer.
Hayline, they'll work it around. Holmstrom on the other side, knocks it down.
That's the 3rd 3-pointer in almost 2 minutes for Holmstrom and Roncalli. Dell Rapids has not had an answer for any of them.
Right now, not the time to panic for Dell Rapids. Keep working the game plan. Keep going inside. Still plenty of time here. You're only down 10. 5 possessions. But somebody's got to get a hand in the Holmstrom space. They go inside Hoagland. Kick it back out for Karst. He'll try a 3 to answer. Can't hit it. Rebound Hamrick. And now comes the danger point of the game. Probably a heat check for Holmstrom. He wanted to shoot right away. 2 guys on him. Opened up Hamrick, and Hamrick can't handle the ball.
Hamrick had the ball right there. Was trying to set up for the shot. Might have been trying to do too much at once. As the ball squirted away from him and went out of bounds, Dell Rapids will get it back.
Here's Shoemaker against that Roncalli zone that's given Dell Rapids fits tonight. They put McNary, Holmstrom there. Schmidt 3, no.
Schmidt usually a pretty good 3-point shooter. He was well behind the line in aim-in quarter. Just couldn't get the shot to drop.
Some long-arm kids on the top of that zone for Roncalli has given Dell Rapids fits. Inside Hamrick, drop step baseline, blocked by Hammer out of bounds. 6'8", going against 6'8".
And 4 minutes and 56 to go with a 35-25 lead for Roncalli. Cavaliers, Warriors, John and me back in a minute on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. One of these teams will join Sioux Falls Lincoln and Hanson as state champions. The Class A championship yet to be decided. 10-point lead for Roncalli. Here's John.
Inside, they go to McNary, stolen away. Shoemaker ahead of the pack. Hamrick, the big fella running with him. Shoemaker lays it in. Heads up move by Hamrick. He was back there, was trying to bother the shot, didn't want to risk the foul. And Shoemaker able to control it, lay it in. It's back down to 8 now. Holmstrom, Shoemaker right in his face. Dell Rapids, man-to-man inside Reinen. With shot off the back of the iron and through.
And that's one of those charmed life things as Reinen took the one-handed shot with a pretty clear driveway in front of him.
Shoemaker now will back it out. There's that zone that's just given Dell Rapids all kinds of trouble. Open it up for Karst, 3 short. Rebound off Hammer's hands, but right into Shoemaker's hands. Looks in the deep corner. Here is Hoagland, 3. That is short. Rebound, Holmstrom. Cavaliers have it and the 10-point lead. Here's Hamrick, goes up, can't hit it. Got it back, however, spins to the middle. Little finger roll, good. And this is a danger point in the ball game right here for Dell Rapids. Down 12. And continuing to settle for the long jump shot. And if it's not fallen.
Oh.
And now inside we get an offensive foul that is going to be called. Hammer extending his ground.
Hammer, a big guy, had a Dell Rapids player come at him. He was able to just keep the feet set, say, come and get me. They came and made contact. We're up the other way.
Foul on Hoagland. That's his first. Dell Rapids shooting 27% right now. 20% on threes. They're 5 of 24. Here's Holmstrom. Right in his pocket is Shoemaker. Off to Reinen. Hamrick steps out above the three-point line. Holmstrom comes cutting through. McNary's been quiet. It's been the Daniel Holmstrom show here in the third quarter for the Cavaliers. There he is, open behind the screen, can't shoot. Karst got it. Karst has him on the switch. Hayline back to Holmstrom. That three, no good.
One of the few he's missed tonight.
And now, a blocking foul at midcourt. Holmstrom at that point have been 3 for 3 here in this quarter. 4 of 8 overall for the game. 50% on threes for Daniel Holmstrom. That foul will be on Sam Reinen. That is his second foul. 12-point Roncalli lead. Dell Rapids looking for some offense somewhere, anywhere. They'll take it. Hammer on the other side. Hoagland kind of looked at him, didn't go that way. Now Karst has it between the circles, coming to the far side. That's Shoemaker. Shoemaker through a crowd, lost the ball, scramble for it. Who wants it? Who's got it? Holmstrom turns, flings it out to Reinen, and Reinen can't hit it.
Schmidt able to get just enough of the ball to provide the interference. Wasn't on the downward arc, so no goaltending.
Hoagland, the three has not been there all night for him. Shoemaker thought about it, wanted it, didn't pull the trigger. Right back to Ty. He'll take it again. This one is no good. Off the backboard, got his own rebound back and lost it, but we have a foul called. Hoagland kind of over at the stanchion, kind of resting his forehead. Taking a moment. Waiting to see. Foul was on. Well, I don't think there was a foul call. I think it was just out of bounds. Hoagland back again, same corner. Different result as he drains it.
And another bucket for Dell Rapids. 2 minutes and 1 second to go. Timeout called. Dell Rapids not dead yet, and maybe they're finding some of their offensive land leaks a little bit.
Well, it's been few and far between the offense tonight. Sheldon Simmons with 2 threes in the first half. And Ty Hoagland now 1 of 9 from behind the three-point line. 9 points on the night for Hoagland. 3 of 13 overall for Ty Hoagland. The 6'2 junior came into the game averaging about 19 points a contest, put up 19 in the first game, 19 points, 9 boards. Yeah, in last night's semifinal win over winner, he had 20 points and 9 rebounds. Schmidt scored 11 the first day, 11 yesterday for Dell Rapids. Riley Schmidt. And Schmidt has 7 so far tonight. Aberdeen Cavaliers, Aberdeen Roncalli Cavaliers being led by Daniel Holmstrom with 12 and Braden McNary with 10. And Zach Hamrick with 14. Didn't realize Hamrick had scored that many, but boy, the big guy's been active on the inside. 14 points, 8 boards for Zach Hamrick. Holmstrom right back after the timeout by Dell Rapids. Here's McNary behind the screen of Hayline. All the way through, fires out. Holmstrom 3, no good. Rebound Hammer. And Holmstrom has cooled off after hitting the first 3 threes here in the third quarter. He's missed his last 2. High post Hammer, skip it over to Schmidt. Back to Karst. Right back to Schmidt, wants to drive on Hayline. He does, all the way through. Pass deflected out of bounds by Zach Hamrick. The big fella, 6'8 senior for Roncalli, wearing number 50, has played a heck of a ball game.
Another fun ball game, and we figured exactly what that was going to be here.
9-point Cavalier lead with 1:28 to play in the quarter. Over the top, Shoemaker. He'll try the long-range bomb. That's short, hits the front of the rim, off the backboard into the hands of Braden McNary. Holmstrom will bring it down court. Hayline steps out. He'll take it inside Hamrick. Hamrick turns, fires, can't hit it. Hamrick goes after it, can't get the rebound. Tipped it away from Hammer, but right into the arms of Karst. Hoagland stepped back, thought he was going to crank up the three, didn't. Schmidt, and deep in the corner, won't take it. Here's Shoemaker. To Karst, his three, no, too strong, tipped out, taken by Karst again.
Nice job following the shot by Karst as he tried to bring it back inside, be able to kick it back out to the rest of the Warriors.
Somebody's got to get hot for the Dell Rapids. Hoagland hit their last three to cut it to 9. Inside, they try to work in the corner. To Karst, looking for somebody cutting to the basket. Nobody was there. Hoagland, three, good. And Ty Hoagland beginning to heat up. He's knocked down his last 2.
It's a 6-point ball game. Roncalli with 20 seconds, probably going for 1.
Karst chasing McNary out front. Now he'll switch over to Holmstrom. Right back on McNary now. 8 seconds on the shot clock, or 8 seconds on the game clock. There's the screen by Hayline. McNary spins off the glass. Count it. 1 second to play. Shoemaker from 75. No good. We've already had one of those tonight. Half-court shot.
A little better than half-court shot. And that looked for a second like that might have a chance to go in. Cavaliers, 1 period, 8 minutes away from a Class A title. And we'll tell you the rest of the story in 1 minute on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Well, it is 41-33 as we start the 4th and final quarter. We need some time on the clock there, Mr. Timekeeper. Can't go anywhere till we get the clocks working. Cavaliers so far shooting 40%, by far their best field goal percentage here in the tournament.
We have a couple of issues, or have had a couple of issues with the scoreboard clock. At one point, couldn't get stopped for a couple of minutes. We had a delay to figure that out.
There has not been a lot of free throws shot in this game. 5 total free throws between the two. Between the two teams. Dell Rapids will have it to start the quarter. See if they go right back to Hoagland again on the fire or on the near side. Trying to get that defense to shift. Again, the long arms up top of those 3 players out front causing problems. There's Holmstrom with a steal. Holmstrom all the way down, layup good.
You know, I'm thinking Holmstrom might be bucking for an all-tournament team spot. He has just meant so much to this Roncalli squad this weekend, and tonight he's hit some big threes, got the steal there, and went down the lane and got himself the basket. And now it's a 10-point lead, double digits again for Roncalli.
And a turnover on Dell Rapids. Well, we said the third quarter was a critical point for the Warriors. They responded back and kept chipping away at it. And now we're at another critical point of the ball game. You're down 10. Cavaliers have the basketball. A little work there in the corner with the official. A little housekeeping maintenance, cleaning up the basketball. He's okay. Ball's fine. Holmstrom will bring it across midcourt. Cavaliers. Schaefbauer in the ball game. He's got the ball high on the far side, trying to work inside Hamrick. Nothing doing. Cavs swinging back around McNary now, and it's knocked away and stolen. Karst reached in and knocked it right into Schmidt's hands. Shoemaker. They've kept him out of the lane tonight. Here's Hoagland, long 3, no good. Knew it was off, came running in and going after it. Hammer's got it, and it's going to be a foul, I think, on Hammer. Yes, it will be.
And Hammer will pick it up as he was tied up in knots with Schaefbauer in the driveway. And the foul is going to go on Dell Rapids. It'll be the second team foul. No team close to the bonus as they're both 2 team fouls. Ben Hammer just with 2 now, so that's not terrible news for the Warriors.
Looking for some offense, so they'll get Sheldon Simmonsman in the ball game. Sophomore, hit a couple of threes in the first half. Long pass in the corner. Holmstrom, long pass in the near corner. Schaefbauer, 3's good. Wow. Everybody that comes in is hitting for Aberdeen Roncalli.
Everybody wants to get into the act, and the outside shooting has been incredible in this second half.
Inside Hammer, threw it away. Trying to fire it cross court to Riley Schmidt, right by his ear, out of bounds. And the Cavalier fans are feeling it. They know this is a critical point of the ball game. They're up 13. These two teams met in February. Cavaliers won. by 12. There's a block shot by Hammer. Shoemaker ahead to Hoagland. Hoagland layup good. Wow, what a pass. That was a half-court bounce pass.
A nice turn of events there for Roncalli's opponent as Dell Heppens got the ball. That was a beautiful long bounce pass, and Hoagland, being right where he had to be, scooped it up, one smooth motion, put it up, and he got it down, and it's an 11-point lead now for Roncalli, 46-35. Congratulations to our other champions, Hanson winning it in Class B, an overtime final 47-44 by Langford area. And your champion in Class AA is Sioux Falls Lincoln, the Patriots, knocking off Washington. That was 47-45. And in our awards at halftime, the Spirit of Sioux Award going to Mount Vernon Plankett, it's Cody Rankin, and the Spirit of Six is going to Lennox High School this year. Always quite a moment when you look at those awards at halftime and you think, wow, 16 more minutes of playing time, and we don't have a high school basketball season anymore.
Where did it go, Ellen Bolt?
I have no idea. I mean, I've been at this with my college basketball or football responsibilities. I've been at this since August. And it just seems like we've been at it for about a half hour.
Well, you're going to have to get involved with some baseball stuff now to keep you going, keep you in shape.
Well, I do have a little indoor football. That'll be a weekly thing the rest of the year. I will be in Wichita, Kansas next Saturday for a game.
Well done.
I'll send you a text. I'm in Wichita and you're not. How's that?
That'll work.
All right.
I'll probably still be in Rapid.
Hadn't been your week, has it?
No, it hasn't.
4 days working with me and then some other things going on.
46-35. Here's McNary. Spins to the baseline. Off the glass. Left it short. And McNary's call for the reach-in. Trying to slow down Shoemaker. Shoemaker was going to the rim. He wasn't going to stop for anything.
He's saying, this is my plane. Get on or commit the foul. And that was the foul on McNary. And McNary sometimes is a victim of his own aggressiveness in something like that, where he's trying to get something done and maybe a little too overzealous when he does it. But he did pick up the foul. They got the bucket, too.
Schmidt in the lane. Turn around. 12-footer good. Now, smart foul by McNary in all actuality, Gary, because it gave Roncalli a chance to set up their defense and took away a fast break opportunity for Dell Rapids. Warriors on defense. Cavaliers go inside to Hamrick. Right back to Holmstrom. Started the half with 3 straight threes, did Daniel Holmstrom. And now a hand check's going to be called on the Warriors, on Shoemaker, I believe. Shoemaker, as you can hear Coach Jason Fairsdale off to our left yelling, get a stop, we need a stop. 5:12 to play in the championship game. McNary and Hamrick, little two-man game here. Holmstrom now comes over, fades back, and McNary pushed the Warrior down and took the shot. Warrior fans yelling, wanted the foul, didn't get it, but they did get the stop. Now they need to get some points. Simmonsma, no, we have a foul called after the shot. It's going to be after the shot, and it's going to be on Gus Reedy.
Reedy is going to get the foul. Shouldn't be any shots, or at least the 3 shots of
they will.
He got it.
They will say. All right, I thought he gave the motion of being after the shot.
3 big free throws here for Simmonsma.
Simmonsma misses the first one. 6'2" sophomore, had 16 points, including 4 of 4 for threes on Thursday in that win. 2 more free throws upcoming here. Second one is good. Subs in. Hayline is in. Schaefbauer will leave. Reedy is out, and Reinen is back in there. Simmonsma cans the free throw, and that will get us to the timeout. 46-38. Cavaliers hanging on to the lead. Warriors trying to make a comeback in the State A Championship game from Rapid City on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. (46-39).
sorry. Just going to say the fourth quarter is about halfway through here, and Roncalli with the lead of 7 points. Dell Rapids not saying die in the state title game.
Well, Dell Rapids now, Gary, with 32 three-pointers to this point in the ball game. You can bet there's going to be a few more than that, and that's not Dell Rapids' game. Cranked up 19 in the first half. Inside, they'll go to Hamrick, back to Holmstrom. Cavaliers content to run clock right now. Holmstrom into Reinen. Reinen spins a couple of times, has it rejected out of there by Hammer. Out of bounds, touch last by Riley Schmidt.
Schmidt touched it last, drove it into the Cavalier bench.
Went right over the head of Coach Todd Neuendorf. Good thing he's not 2 inches taller.
Yeah.
And he wants time. He wants to talk with us.
You'd hate to have a concussed coach on your hands. And, you know, that could pack a wallop on a basketball and hit you in the head like that. But no harm done. And Todd Neubauer is talking things over with his Aberdeen Roncalli squad. 46-39. I mean, you can't rest. You've never been able to rest in this State A tournament. That's how good it's been. But Coach Neuendorf saying, this isn't ours yet. Got to hang on 4 minutes, 18 seconds and play the kind of basketball that got us here. So do you think Dell Rapids has tried to rely a little less on the threes here in half two?
Somewhat, but I think they kind of get the players kind of get that little panic mode, and they got to do something. The shot clock's winding down, and then they just crank it up. But yeah, the three-pointers shooting, you know, or taking 32 three-pointers is not Dell Rapids' game. That's not what they do.
Right.
Cavaliers in the first two games, Gary, 26 and 27 three-pointers. Coach Todd Neuendorf said that's not our game. Tonight they've only taken 13. Here's McNary, and McNary is going to be fouled. We'll go to the line for 2.
All right, I think that might be Hammer who picked it up as he was in the area. It will not be. Instead, it'll be Karst who will pick up the personal foul. And that for Karst will be his second personal. McNary really has had a good night tonight.
Bounce back with an outstanding game after struggling the first 2 days. That's kind of what Coach Todd Neuendorf talked about as well, that McNary put a lot of pressure on himself in the first couple of days. Said you'll see the real Braden McNary tomorrow night. Cavaliers trying to win their first state championship since 1975.
Goodness.
And this is our first year in 10 years that we have not seen either St. Thomas More or Madison in the State A championship game.
Really speaks to the parity of Class A basketball in the state. The fact that you've got two different teams in here. Madison had its opportunity, but lost, ironically, to Dell Rapids. St. Thomas More made the tournament, but finished in 5th.
Wow. Wow, that's all I can say. Shoemaker.
Beautiful move inside by Shoemaker. He was moving midair a la Michael Jordan. Get that shot in.
Shoemaker now back with the defense. Pass is deflected, but it goes right to Reinen. Inside Hamrick, one dribble. Gets it right back. Spins, can't shoot. Holmstrom, long three. That's short, over the backboard, and it'll be out of bounds. It'll be Dell Rapids ball, trailing by 7 with 3:30 to play.
And the simple rule on that is if it touches the top of the backboard, it's still in play if it comes into the court. If it goes over the back or hits the 35-second clock, then you're done with the possession.
Well, they were playing 5-on-4 there for a moment. McNary went for the basketball as it rolled it up the court. Here's a three out of the corner, no good. Rebound McNary. And right now, every rebound so important. That is the 31st rebound. Go inside, Hamrick, layup good.
And Hamrick just doing what a guy Hamrick's size does. He had Hammer with his back turned, and he got right around Hammer, and before he could turn around, provide some defense, the shot was in.
Shoemaker thought about it, took it, can't hit it. Hammer tips it out, and it's going to be a foul on actually Schmidt. Not Hammer on Schmidt. (50-41). Simmons was out. Karst is back in for Dell Rapids. Number 20 on the floor. Aberdeen Roncalli.
Holmstrom bringing the ball up the floor. He has had a great night and a very good tournament.
Here's Hayline. And a pass stolen by Shoemaker. McNary goes after the steal, doesn't get it. McNary bumps him, sends him to the floor.
And it looked for a second like Shoemaker might have been injured. He took kind of a nasty fall, but he appears to be okay. He will stay in the game and, for that matter, go to the line.
That'll be the second foul on McNary. That'll be the 5th team foul on Roncalli. They lead it by 9. Free throws for Zane Shoemaker. Knocks down the first one. Shoemaker shooting 86% on the season from the free throw line.
Impressive balance in the scoring department. Holmstrom has 14, McNary 14, and leading the way for Aberdeen Roncalli is Hamrick with 60.
Down to 8. Shoemaker misses the free throw. The second one. Pass to the wing. Hoagland goes after the steal, doesn't get it. And Aberdeen Roncalli wants time. Coach Fairsdahl and the Dell Rapids Warriors fighting for everything that they have. And Roncalli took control of this game, Gary, right at the end of the second quarter when it was tied at 21. Cavaliers closed on a 7-0 run. Led at 28-21 at halftime.
And Dell Rapids got off to a really good, really fast start. They had Schmidt with a couple of free throws, and they were doing a lot of things very well, but Roncalli knew that they had to get back into the ball game, and they did the things that made it work for them.
Well, Dell Rapids had an early lead, 13-11 at the end of the first quarter. I told you wrong, it was a 26-21 lead. McNary hit that shot right at the buzzer for the Cavaliers. Give them a little momentum going into halftime. And they came out in the third quarter. Daniel Holmstrom drilled 3 threes. And before them, before you could blink, there it was. Roncalli was up to the double-digit lead. They've led by as many as 13 here in the second half. Holmstrom with 14 for McNary, 16 points for Hamrick, 17 for Ty Hoagland to lead the way for Dell Rapids. 8 for Shoemaker and 9 for Schmitz. And that's the Simmons was the only other player to score for Dell Rapids. 2:26 to play. Cavaliers ball leading by 8. Reinen in trouble. Shoemaker tips it away. Shoemaker goes after it. Shoemaker gets the steal. Shoemaker on Hayline goes up. Counted and a foul.
Shoemaker all over the place. He wasn't afraid to get in. In fact, he knew what he had to do on that. He had to get inside, take his chances of getting the basket and getting fouled at the same time. We might have a 5-point ball game here by the time the smoke clears.
Sideline warning here for the Dell Rapids bench, telling the players to sit down. Hey, players weren't the only ones standing up and cheering on that play. Half the gym was. Second free throw, the free throw good by Shoemaker. It is down to 5. The defensive pressure out front on the ball has certainly picked up for the Warriors, and now a blocking foul on Shoemaker. And that will be his 3rd foul. .34 threes on the night for Dell Rapids. Holmstrom. Bringing it into Reinen, right back to Holmstrom. Here comes the double team. McNary has it. McNary flashing down the lane. McNary goes up. McNary shoots. McNary can't score. Hammer will pull down the rebound. Minute 54 to play. Shoemaker to Schmidt. 3. Count it! Timeout, Dell Rapids. All the momentum right now going the way of the Warriors. We'll just let you kind of drink in the scene here for a moment. Cavaliers on the run right now. Leading by 2. They've seen that 13-point lead cut to 2 on the strength of the Dell Rapids defense. It's all been key to the defense, Gary. 5 steals for the game for Dell Rapids, 4 in the last 4 minutes.
You just had a feeling that Roncalli was not finished with it. I mean, Dell Rapids had to get things taken care of. They called the timeout, and they have started, they stopped relying on the 3-point shots, and look at all the shots that are coming from the inside now.
Well, and suddenly the Roncalli offense, the players are just kind of standing around. They're letting the Dell Rapids defense dictate the pace of the game. It's being played right now at a more of a Dell Rapids pace than a Roncalli pace.
And that's exactly the way Dell Rapids has to do it. You know, neither team wants to rely on the three-point shot with 1:45 left. You may not have a choice if that's the only thing open right now.
Who's going to make the plays coming down the stretch? Holmstrom goes by the screen. Gets it back to Reinen. Looking at McNary on the wing. Defense covers him up. Hands off right back to Holmstrom. 19 on the shot clock. Here's Hayline. Holmstrom behind the screen. Three, no good. Nobody there to rebound it, but Dell Rapids Warriors. Big Ben Hammer says, give me that.
Ben Hammer skying for the rebound. You can just see in the eyes of the Warriors. They're really into what they're doing here.
Shoemaker calling for it. See if they settle for three or drive for the two. Shoemaker thought about it. Schmidt wanted it. Shoemaker will penetrate into the lane. Shoemaker will spin. Shoemaker can't score. Rebound. Hammer will pull it up, and we have a foul call on Hammer.
Hammer is going to get the personal. He slowly gets to his feet with a couple of help from his teammates, or a little bit of help. And we go the other way. Hammer with the block. And the 7th team foul, which means 1-1 for Roncalli.
That's the 3rd foul on Hammer. And that will send Hamrick to the free throw line. Zach Hamrick shooting a 54% on the season at the charity stripe. He'll have 1 and 1. Boy, Dell Rapids had what they wanted. Shoemaker going to the basket, just couldn't finish. Hamrick free throw, good. First points the Cavs have scored in a while here.
That's right. And a big free throw there because, well, you can't end the game and take the last shot if you're Dell Rapids. But it's a 4-point lead here, and now they lose it.
Hamrick with the miss, ball loose, picked up by Aberdeen. A new shot clock. They lead it by 3.
What a move by Holmstrom to get over
ball
there.
Ball is loose, stolen by Dell Rapids. Ahead to Shoemaker. Shoemaker layup good. It's down to 1. Reinen was looking for the foul. No whistle. And Shoemaker is off to the races. Zane Shoemaker. What a fourth quarter this kid's put up. McNary, his team leading by 1. Lost the basketball. Touched last by Dell Rapids. That was close. And a timeout taken by Aberdeen. Roncalli here with 27 ticks on the clock. Yeah, you better get wired up there, bud. I wouldn't leave just yet, but you better get wired up. Cavaliers take time. Dell Rapids shooting percentage now up to 33% for the game. Cavaliers down to 37%. Hard to believe that Dell Rapids has put up 35 three-pointers in this game. The only state championship game still going in the state of South Dakota. We appreciate all of you folks for tuning in here tonight. Live from the Rushmore Plaza Civic Center. John Siebert, Gary Ellenbolt bringing you the action tonight as we wrap up and put an end to the South Dakota high school basketball season. You'll have time, trust me. Go ahead. You'll have time. Yeah. Go ahead, let's finish this one out.
Let's do it. Started together, we'll wrap it up here.
27 seconds on the clock. Cavaliers basketball. McNary bump. McNary's fouled, and it will be McNary going to the free throw line.
Right, and the foul is going to go, as I figured it would, on Riley Schmidt.
24.1 on the clock. It is a 1-point ball game. Cavaliers only have 1 free throw over the last 3 minutes. Dell Rapids has come from 13 down in this fourth quarter. Free throw McNary is good. Cavalier fans and bench showing their appreciation and enthusiasm for that made free throw.
Yeah, this is what a state final is all about. We've had 3 like this tonight. Every class has just been an incredible game.
McNary, second one, money. And a timeout by Coach Neuendorf. Cavaliers looking for their first state championship since '75. 53-50. And if you're just joining us, this is the first State A championship game that we have had in the last 10 years that did not have Madison or St. Thomas More involved in it.
And what a game we've had with two teams who have not been in the final in a while. You look at all the weapons Dell Rapids has at their disposal. A 53-50 ball game. You probably work for the best shot here, but if that's a three-pointer and it's late enough, you pretty much have to take it. Shoemaker, pretty good free throw, or a three-point threat. You've got Schmidt, you've got Hoagland, all kinds of people who could get around out there and put up the three when they have to do it.
Well, we saw this in the State A girls tournament last weekend. We wondered about the foul. Well, Clark-Willow Lake and Webster, if they're going to foul, Webster needed a 3 to tie, and the players that wound up around Lindsey Vogel both had 4 fouls on them. That's why they didn't foul. We saw it earlier tonight in the B championship, Gary, where Langford needed a 3 to tie. Hanson kept fouling. Sending them to the free throw line, give them 2 rather than 3. We'll see if the Cavalier strategy is like that tonight. First, make them get it across half court, then foul them. We'll see if that's what Coach Neuendorf instructed his team to do. Need a 3 to tie or just play straight up defense. Shoemaker, who's going to take the 3? Shoemaker or Hoagland, you would think. Shoemaker to the inside, left it short. Cavaliers have it, knocked out of bounds by Shoemaker or by Karst. 10.6 on the clock. It is still a 1-and-1.
Karst making a valiant swipe at the basketball, but just ran out of room there on the baseline.
Zane Shoemaker is heading just an incredible fourth quarter here. Took it down to the baseline amongst the trees. Had to put a little extra oomph on it to get it over the outstretched arms, and that made the shot come up short off the glass. Reinen to bring it in. 5-second count is on, takes the timeout. Cavaliers called. I told you had plenty of time.
Yeah. We might not be done yet.
Cavaliers take the time. Heads up play by Reinen that time, taking it out. They look to Reedy on the run out. Woo-hoo, Connor, what are you still doing up? Get to bed.
Oh, man.
It's almost 11 o'clock on the eastern side of the state, son. Go to bed.
Well, do you have something to do tomorrow other than...
He's not going to bed till this one's over.
Okay. You can give it one night, can't you?
I don't know how he found a phone to start sending text.
I take it he doesn't have one?
No.
Oh, okay. And maybe one of the things father's better off not knowing. But I'm glad he's enjoying the game, and I'm glad all of you people are enjoying the game. This final game going on in the state in high school basketball in 2014-2015. We thank you so much for the terrific comments you've given John and me, and loving our work and enjoying the fun we bring to it, the personality, and you know, we're just a couple of average guys who love what we do, but we are sticking our necks out here and doing our darndest to bring you the best basketball coverage we possibly can, and that's the case for everybody in the network.
Coming up after the trophy presentation, we will have a visit with the winning head coach, plus the announcement of the all-tournament team. Here's McNary ahead. McNary is going to be fouled.
And he's hurt.
McNary is hurt. Karst is hurt.
Man,
or is that Hoagland? That was Hoagland that set up at center court. McNary's up. He's okay.
There was a tremendous collision that happened at center court. McNary is up. Hoagland looks like he's bleeding from the lip right now.
Better give Hoagland a standing 8 count. He's still not feeling well enough to get up.
I mean, that's a shot that can knock you dizzy right away. Or worse, if they go head-to-head, I mean, there's a chance of a concussion, and it's really been a point of emphasis, fortunately, in high school and college sports over the last couple of years. And I am not saying that is what happened to Hoagland. I'm just saying the possibility is there. And he took a pretty nasty shot, but then McNary did too.
Well, you can bet the precautions are going to be taken, every precaution here to make sure the young man is okay. Trainers are out there along with the coaching staff for Dell Rapids. Hoagland, you could see, was a little bit woozy. And out there having to clean up some blood off the floor. You could see right away on the inside of his mouth. That was a big collision with McNary. McNary's a football player.
Yeah.
So is Hoagland. McNary's a solid kid. Came just full tilt right into one another.
And not much pads Panic in basketball.
He's up.
Hoagland is going to get up. He will leave the game. And coming in, another three-point threat in Simmonsville.
Sheldon Simmonsville will take his spot here. 9.2 to play. Cavaliers have a 3-point lead. And at the free throw line, Braden McNary for 1 and 1.
Now we have a discussion between Jason Firstall and the officials.
No, there was an injury timeout. The player can't keep playing.
Okay.
So that's why Coach Fearsdall is saying that, no, you called timeout because of the injury.
And he didn't want to lose the timeout.
Right.
Okay. McNary at the free throw line. He was holding his stomach like maybe he got the wind knocked out of him for a couple of seconds. He appears to be okay. He's a tough young man. And a 78% free throw shooter for the Cavaliers.
Stepping to the line. 6'3" senior. Playing basketball at Northern State next year. Missed the shot. Here's Shoemaker being harassed backcourt. Time running out. They take a timeout with 4.1 on the clock.
And see why Jason Firstall wanted to keep that timeout. Because he knew he was going to be coming up the floor if the free throw was missed. And he's got to discuss some strategy here. And I believe they'll be able to take that at midcourt, will they not?
The basketball, they'll take it right there where the timeout was called. But now, if you're Coach Todd Neuendorf, do you foul right away? Make them hit the free throws. Don't give them a chance to tie the game.
I probably do. That's probably the strategy I would employ right now is just go ahead, get the foul taken care of. If they hit 2, I mean, there's going to be very little, if any, time left. And then everything is on Jason Firstall. That's
the same strategy Hanson used tonight in that win over Langford area. And that seems to be the way things are going these days now. Dell Rapids, how do you counter that? Do you try to get you need 3 to tie. Run a little back pick for somebody and make a long pass into the front court and try to get the shot right away?
Right now with 4.5 seconds left, that's probably all you can do. You've got to make it fast, you've got to make it good, and you have to get it to somebody who's got a reasonable chance of making the shot. Now, you've got Hoagland out there.
Shoemaker,
Simmonsville,
Schmidt. Hammer's out of the game. Simmonsville's in for Hammer.
I think any one of the 5 would have a chance of making the three-pointer.
35 threes on the night so far for Dell Rapids. Will the 36th one send them into overtime? Keep their hopes alive for the state title. Here's Shoemaker. Shoemaker will put it up from deep. Shoemaker off the back of the iron. And Aberdeen Roncalli has won the State A championship for 2015. The first since 1975 for Aberdeen Roncalli. What a game.
Oh, this was as good as anything we expected, and what a way to cap off the high school basketball season in South Dakota. The three-point shot was there, maybe a little bit too much adrenaline. Came out strong. Roncalli gets the rebound and ends the state tournament with the championship.
How close was that shot? Man, oh man.
We've got announcements for the all-tournament team coming up. We've got the awards for second place of the championship. And in 2 minutes, you'll see it all right here on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Okay, we are going to keep it here for the trophy presentation. Then we'll go to a break, let everybody celebrate, and we can talk to Coach Todd Neuendorf, the victorious coach, Aberdeen Roncalli, your state Class A champion. What a great finish. What an incredible game by both teams. And you can see the disappointment on the faces of the Warrior players. And, you know, it is going to hurt. But they'll see someday what they have accomplished here in the state tournament, going to the championship game and just losing to an amazing team by 3 points. And someday they will be very proud of the effort they put forth here.
Well, fantastic basketball game. Glad we were along for the ride for the complete State A tournament. It's been an incredible tournament. It's been another great tournament. And you watched it all right here on South Dakota Public Broadcasting. You see the emotion from Coach Todd Neuendorf.
Oh, a lot of hugging going on, and why not? These guys, they've worked very hard all year. Only lost a couple of games. Won their region in the Northeast, beat Tegosh Mazina in the region championship game, and now come down here And they've got to find some more room in the trophy case because the big gold trophy is theirs.
They shoot 27% on the first day and win. They shoot 27% in the semifinals and win. They come in here tonight, they shoot 37% and win. The defense carried them when the offense was not there in the first two games. And tonight, it was the complete Roncalli win.
You just wonder, I mean, it's a team win, obviously, but you just wonder who was there to seal the deal. You think of the big Holmstrom three-pointers. You think of the gutsy play by McNeary. You think of the work inside by their center, Hamrick. Schaefbauer had some good minutes out there, and Rainin as well. This was just an entire Roncalli High School effort to get the state championship.
Award ceremony coming up here with Mr. Kevin Phillips and doing the announcing. Here you go.
Trophy and the championship trophy along with the team medals on behalf of the South Dakota High School Activities Association. Our board of director members Todd Trask of Wall and Steve Morford of Spearfish. Assisting with the awards and representing the association's corporate partners, Wayne Barcher from Farmers Union Insurance and Staff Sergeant Lynn Waldy from the South Dakota Army National Guard. Runner-up trophy goes to the Dell Rapids Couriers. Zane Shoemaker. Hunter Hanson. Tanner Heim. Mason Peter. Adam Karst. Sam White. Riley Schmidt. Mason Schmidt. Ty Hoagland. Sheldon Simmonsma. Austin Ellingson. Jeffrey Shook. Ben Hammer. Carson Rentz. Braden Fursdahl. Lincoln Fursdahl. Riley Anderson. Carrie Scott. Coaches Mick Hoagland. Tyler Machino. And head coach of the second place Dell Rapids Couriers, Jason Fursdahl. And then immediately following the championship trophy, we'll announce the all-tournament team, and then you'll be allowed to go on the court. Congratulations, Dell Rapids. Championship for the 2014 Boys State A Tournament, Aberdeen Roncalli Cavaliers. Sam Reinen. Gus Reedy. Daniel Holmstrom. Jaden Everson. Connor Fiedler. Logan Karst. Sam Van Orman. Eric Holzer. Braden McNary. Colton Cox. Bailey Haig. Bronson Heyer. Landon Haline. Spencer Schaefbauer. Connor Deutsch. Zach Hamrick. Michael Featherhuff. Alex Garvin. Coaches, Kendall Haline. Ross Barton. Braden Summers. And head coach of the Aberdeen Roncalli State Champion Cavaliers, Todd Neuendorf. There'll be a welcome home for Aberdeen Roncalli tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at the high school. There'll be a welcome home for Dell Rapids tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock at the Dell Rapids High School gym. Monday night, Aberdeen Roncalli's is Monday night. We're going to, at this time, announce the all-tournament team here to present the awards. And these are from the South Dakota High School Basketball Coaches Association. Travis Miller will be presenting the awards. When I call your name, come to the table at the middle of the arena and stay there for a photo, please. From Lennox, Jacob Hinker. From Mount Vernon Plankerton, Cody Rankin. From St. Thomas More, Jake Satter. From Clark-Willow Lake, Tyson Jenkins. From Winner, Nathan Galbraith. From Winner, Brendan Harder. From Little Wound, Nate Brownbull. From Dell Rapids, Ty Hoagland. From Dell Rapids, Zane Shoemaker. From Aberdeen Roncalli, Daniel Holmstrom. Zach Hamrick. And Braden McNary. We'll get a quick photo.
Well, there is your all-tournament team. Let's do this. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back, and Gary Ellenbolt will have some interviews with the winning head coach Todd Neuendorf and the Aberdeen Cavaliers players right after this at the State A tournament in Rapid City.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Sports Championship is underwritten by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Mid-Continent Communications, and by Dakota Bank.
Well, Gary Ellenbolt is on the court. As you can see, the mad scramble from Dell Rapids players and fans, and from the Aberdeen Roncalli fans. And Gary standing by with head coach Todd Neuendorf. Take it away, Gary.
All right, thank you very much, John. And Coach Neuendorf, congratulations. It's kind of been the pattern for the night. AA championship decided by 2 points, 3 points in overtime for the B champion, and now a game not for the faint of heart here in Rapid City. You pull it out by 3 over Dell Rapids. Congratulations.
Yeah, Dell Rapids, very good basketball team, and we knew coming in that it would be a battle, and they just don't quit. They played, and I looked up there. I knew it when it was 10. I thought, they got another run in them. They made a big push, and we got a little tentative, and which I think happens probably with every team when it's a state title and it's on the line. But again, I can't say enough about the way we came out of the half. That's the way for us, the whole theme of the tournament was the first 3 minutes of that second half were huge.
Now, you did play Dell Rapids in the regular season, correct?
Yes, we did, and we played them at the Corn Palace in a classic, and it ended up 10 or something, but it wasn't 10. It was a 2-point ball game.
How different was that team, or for that matter, how different was your team between then and tonight?
We could play 10 times to be 5-5. I think we're a mirror image of one another. Guys that can shoot it, big guy. So. We feel really fortunate to have won. It could have gone either way, and they're a very good basketball team. I'm going to be honest with you. I was really nervous playing them a second time. I thought it was difficult to beat a really good team a second time. I was kind of hoping we'd have lost in the regular season, and then but our kids persevered and just made enough plays.
Just incredible balance in the scoring. You go 17, 16, and 14. And one thing that was key, I'll single one guy out for a minute here, was that run that Stretch Holmstrom went on where he hit a couple of big three-pointers at the start of the second half.
Well, and you asked about the Mitchell game. He did the same thing there. He came out of the second half and hit 3 threes and stretched it up to 10 or 12. And so he came out, and we told him at halftime, his shot was flat, and we said, Daniel, get some lift on that shot. It's right there. Just get some lift on it. And he came out, and he could feel it. He was feeling a little bit, and he wanted another one, but somebody jumped out on him, and then he passed it up. But, Daniel's a heady basketball player, and he's had an older brother who lost in the semifinals in triple overtime to STM. So he's been around this a while, and, it just feels good. It really does.
Is there a tougher kid in the state than McNeary? He took a shot right here at center court in the waning minutes. He got up, went to the free throw line, and helped you out the rest of the way for the win.
Yeah, he's a gritty kid, and he had opportunities to play football and college basketball. He's going to play basketball at Northern, but he's a gamer. He's a gamer, and he puts a lot on his shoulders, and he wears his emotions. You see him on his face. He's one of those kids who he wanted this bad, and he blamed himself a little bit for the way that, he wasn't shooting well this tournament, and he was taking it on himself. But that's the great thing about this team. You talked about the balance. We got balanced scoring, and other guys can pick you up.
Okay. Rejoin the party. Congratulations. Have a great summer, Coach.
All right. Thanks a bunch.
All right. Coach Todd Neuendorf of the Aberdeen Roncalli Cavaliers. The Cavaliers get the decision, and a big one, a state championship for the first time since the Gerald Ford administration. 53-50 the final score as Roncalli defeats Dell Rapids in an absolutely fascinating game in an absolutely incredible tournament. It was such a privilege and a blessing to be out here and take a look at things and take care of things here in Rapid City. What an outstanding 3 days of basketball. Let's take a break. We'll look at final statistics, state champions of the other classes, and we'll call it a long day and long weekend from Rapid City and Rushmore Plaza Civic Center. Aberdeen Roncalli's Cavaliers, your 2015 state Class A boys basketball champion, and we'll wrap up the weekend's coverage after this timeout on members supported. Thank you, South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Championship event is brought to you in part by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Farmers Union Insurance, by SDN Communications, and by the Independent Insurance Agents of South Dakota.
Well, the Aberdeen Roncalli Cavaliers, your State A champions, and certainly a great team effort tonight, a team effort all through the State A tournament. And for Dell Rapids, the Warriors, they're saying goodbye to some great senior basketball players for tonight. There's your final 53-50. For the Cavaliers, Zach Hamrick with 17 points, 9 rebounds. Braden McNary with 16 points, 7 boards. Daniel Holmstrom in there, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists for the Cavaliers. And for the Warriors, they were led by Ty Hoagland with 17 points, 6 rebounds. Zane Shoemaker, 13 points, 6 rebounds on the night. And that final three-pointer by Shoemaker, just so close to going in to send this game to overtime. Here's the way the team stats break down. Del Rapids 32% field goal, 22% on the threes they shot. And I'm guessing this is a team record, 36 threes tonight for Del Rapids. And they hit 8 of 36. 75% at the free throw line, 37 rebounds for each team, 12 assists for Dell, 6 steals, and 9 turnovers. Well played ball game by both squads. Roncalli finished up 37% from the field, 46% on threes, 60% at the free throw line. And they knocked down those threes. They only shot 15 threes tonight after shooting a combined 58, I think, in the first 2 games.
And what an incredible effort by Dell Rapids and Aberdeen Roncalli. They left everything they had out on the court here tonight. And they knew it was one of those games where that kind of thing had to be done. And it was just a matter of Dell Rapids having the final shot, and it didn't quite go in. But, again, when this sinks in, when the pain of the loss is over, they are going to realize just what an accomplishment they had. Second place in the state. No harm at all to have that happen, and just a terrific, terrific job, terrific final, a great tournament. So congratulations to Aberdeen Roncalli. Let's say congratulations to Dell Rapids as well. Our third place team is going to be the Winter Warriors, and they get the decision in the third place contest. And what a great game we had. Really, what a great 12 games.
Fantastic tournament this year from the A's, and boy, we saw some great players throughout the course of the 3 days of basketball. Some great young players, and some of these teams we'll be talking about next year being back here, bud.
I know, and I'm not sure where the A tournament is next year.
Right here.
But okay, and we'll just have a terrific summer. We'll breathe a little bit and come back in March of 2016. And I do hope it's a great summer for each and every one of you. We thank you very much for your support to get the games on the air at all as a member of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting. And, John, there are very few people. In fact, there's no one else I'd rather work these state tournaments with. And
Thank you, sir.
It's always a blast. And, I mean, you have knowledge of basketball that you're going to forget by midnight tonight that I'm never going to pick up. And you just save us so many times on these broadcasts. And you're a hoot to work with, too, sir. Thank you.
It works, buddy.
It does.
Thanks.
The executive producer of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, Brad Van Ostel. The director of television is Bob Bussey. The director of content is Larry Rohrer. And Julie Overgaard is the executive director of South Dakota Public Broadcasting. The final, once again, it was Aberdeen Roncalli winning its first state title in exactly 40 years as they defeat Dell Rapids. The final, once again, 53-50, Roncalli over Dell Rapids in the championship game here. Congratulations to our champion in 11 double A. They didn't have 11 players on the floor. If they did, they should have scored a lot more than 47 points. Sioux Falls Lincoln, your winner by 2 over Sioux Falls Washington. And the winner in Class B, Hanson, gets the decision in overtime over Langford area. For our entire crew in Rapid City, one more time, for all of you watching and supporting and sending kind thoughts our way, thank you very much. And, of course, for John Siebert and all the folks who helped us out and give us the chance to do this every year from the South Dakota High School Activities Association. For all of them, from all of me, I'm Gary Illenbull. Good night from Rapid City, everyone. You've been watching a copyright production of South Dakota Public Broadcasting. Good night.
Off tonight, 1-for-1. Cavaliers up early. Hoagland comes out, takes the ball from Karst. Hoagland will back it up, come over to Schmidt, the inside to Hammer. Big Ben turns, looks to go in the corner. Shoemaker has it. Shoemaker will shoot from anywhere on the floor. I'm telling you, 10 feet behind the three-point line, the kid's a threat. And watch him when he gets in the open court with the ball in his hand. 2 on the shot clock. Hammer turns it loose. Hammer can't hit it. McNary with the rebound.
Kind of had to force it. He put it up in more of a line drive, and it went right into the hands of McNary for the Cavaliers.
Here's McNary. Slides, hangs, floats. Doesn't hit anything. Here comes Shoemaker. Open court, picked up by Holmstrom. Schmitz to Karst, 3, in and out, no good.
Just about there for Karsten. He's another young man who's impressed me through the weekend too, John.
Well, there's been a lot of players here at this A tournament this year, Gary, that have impressed us. We've had some darn good talent here. Tied at 36 at the B with under a minute to play. Inside, Hamrick, reverse layup is good.
Nice move by Hamrick as he gets inside. Stops the defense momentarily with the reverse layup. And we make it a 4-0 game for Roncalli. Number 1 seed against number 3 here in the state A final.
Karst wanted the shot. Hayline comes out on him. Hayline's been in foul trouble early in the first couple of games. Shoemaker to Hammer. Back on top to Karst. Missed it. In the corner, Hoagland has it. Now Hamrick's matched up on him. See if he reads the mismatch. He does. But he can't get away from him. Now Schmidt, 3. Give it to him.
That's the guy we talked about a couple of minutes ago. A big outside threat. Maybe not the flashy kind of player that some of the other Warriors are, but he's one of those guys who always seems to know where the ball is and always seems to get things done when he needs to.
He's a steady Eddie for this team, is what he is.
That works.
That'll work. That'll work. Here's McNary being guarded by Hoagland. McNary to Hamrick. Pull up 10-footer, good.
Hamrick sets up left baseline, gets the feed from McNary. He was right there to shoot, put it up, put it in. It's a 6-3 lead.
Cavaliers, a 6'8" senior center, number 50, Zach Hamrick. Head coach for the Warriors, Jason Firstall, assisted by Mick Hoagland and Tyler Machino. Head coach for the Cavaliers, Todd Neuendorf, assisted by Kendall Hayline, Ross Martin, and Brayden Summers. Your officials, Chris Long and Jason Cotto, Aaron Entringer. Good luck to both teams.
Class A state championship game, double A and B nearing their end. So we're going to be the final game in high school basketball in South Dakota for the 2014-2015 year. Let's get it going. The Warriors and the Cavaliers. I don't know how you couldn't enjoy it, so I won't even say that I hope you do. And let's get the play-by-play story on this state title game in Class A from Rapid City. Here is John Siebert.
Well, thank you, Mr. Ellenbolt. I was all poised to fall off the chair, my friend. And everybody, Sam Ryden, getting set to, well, it'll be Hammer going up against Sam Rynan. He of the neon green shoes. There's the tip. Hammer with the control. Here comes Shoemaker to set it up. We are underway.
You, like me, and almost hate to see this tournament end.
Yeah, this has been a fun tournament. Schmidt with the screen. Hoagland up top. The junior. Fires out here for Carsteel. Drive, fire back for Hammer. Nothing there. Defense on him. Ball loose. Rynan didn't see it in time. He had his head turned. Here's Hoagland down the lane. Left it short on the rim. So Sam Rynan will get the first task of trying to stop the outstanding junior, Ty Hoagland. Hayline nearly has his pocket picked by Schmidt. We've been impressed with the play of Riley Schmidt, haven't we, Gary?
We really have. He's been all over the place. He can shoot the three, can go inside, do a lot of things defensively, too.
And there's McNary. Started the tournament 1 for 23. Hit 4 of his last 12 yesterday in that win. Starts
Bacher. Maggie Beaver. Veronica Fritz. Brooke Kaiser. Hannah Nyman. Chair coach Megan Ryhill. Now let's meet the cheerleaders for the Cavaliers. Katie Torrance. Malia Eschenbrom. Hannah Anderson. Sadie Hedges. Sophie Shriver. Catherine Falk. Chair coach Kristen Morris. Now let's meet the starting lineup for both teams. Starting for Dell Rapids at a guard, a 5'10" senior, number 3, Zane Shoemaker. For Aberdeen Roncalli at a forward, a 6'4" senior, number 3, Sam Rynan. For the Warriors at guard, a 5'11" senior, number 20, Adam Karst. For the Cavaliers at guard, a 6'3" senior, number 5, Daniel Holmstrom. For the Warriors at guard, a 5'11" senior, number 22, Riley Schmidt. For the Cavaliers at forward, a 6'3" senior, number 23, Braden McNary. For Dell Rapids at a guard, a 6'2" junior, number 24, Ty Hoagland. For Aberdeen Roncalli at forward, a 6'3" senior, number 34, Landon Hayline. For the Warriors at center, 6'8" senior, number 44, Ben Hammer.
For the Dell Rapids Warriors, the number 3 seed in the tournament, coming in 22-2. They beat Mount Vernon Plankinton 65-46 in the opening day on Thursday. Came back with a big win over Winter last night, 52-47. Head coach is Jason Fearsdahl. Leading scorer coming in has been Ty Hoagland. Hoagland hasn't disappointed. 19-11 in the first game, 20-9 for points and rebounds in the matchup yesterday. Here's the way they will start for the Dell Rapids Warriors. Ty Hoagland at 1 guard, followed by Riley Schmidt. Ben Hammer in the middle. The man in the middle, Big Ben Hammer, 6'8" senior, Zane Shoemaker. Flashy point guard, got a lot of moves and can deliver the ball in a lot of different ways, can Mr. Shoemaker. Adam Karst, the other guard in that 4-guard lineup for coach Fearsdahl. On to the Aberdeen Roncalli Cavaliers. Open up the tournament with a win over Lennox, 48-37. And beat Littlewood last night, 56-40. Despite shooting in both games, 27% from the field.
And ended up getting it done.
And ended up winning. The only team to shoot below 30% and win in the first 2 days. Head coach Todd Neuendorf. Braden McNary, the player to watch for Aberdeen Roncalli. Number 23, kind of a Mr. Do-All for this team. Started slow in the tournament. At one point was 1 for 23 from the field. Here's the way that the Cavaliers will start tonight. They will roll with Landon Hayline at 1 forward, followed by Sam Rynan, Zach Hamrick in the middle, 6'8" senior, McNary and Daniel Holmstrom at the other guard. It is State A championship time. Who will be crowned the 2015 state champion and state in Class A basketball? We'll find out. Here's Kevin Phillips, your announcer.
Rapids Warriors. And the designated home team, Aberdeen Roncalli Cavaliers. We'll start by meeting the cheerleaders. Cheering tonight for Dell Rapids, Skylar.
We're mere minutes from a state Class A championship game on the boys' side. From Northeast South Dakota, Aberdeen Roncalli, they share their community education with two other high schools. Aberdeen Central, of course, making the state AA tournament, and also Aberdeen Christian High School. Dell Rapids shares its community too, as the Warriors also have Dell Rapids St. Mary, a Catholic school in that town with a really good football tradition throughout the years. And speaking of football, John, there's been a lot of things close to football being played here at the state tournament. Another very physical, very rough game just completed as Little Wound falls to winner in the third place contest.
Well, that's kind of the way things are going. The kids are getting bigger and stronger and faster, and the game is just much more physical now than when even 5-10 years ago.
Right.
It's much more physical these days, and just got to play the game.
So this might be a tough question since everybody has been, basically shoving everyone else around all weekend. But a physical game, who would that favor here?
I don't know if it leans one way or the other with these two squads, to be honest with you, because both of them are very physical ball players, and both go to their bench, use their bench quite a bit. So foul trouble is not going to be that big of a deal. The one area where it's going to hurt Dell Rapids more is if Hammer gets into early foul trouble, and then they'll have no answer for Hamrick on the inside for Aberdeen. Tell you what, let's take another quick timeout. We'll come back. We will set things up for you and get you ready for more basketball. The State A Championship coming up next, right here on South Dakota Public Broadcasting.
Free statewide broadcast of this South Dakota High School Sports Championship is underwritten by the thousands of members of the Friends of South Dakota Public Broadcasting, by Mid-Continent Communications, and by Dakota Bank.
Well, let's look at the